So I made a post on X, Twitter this morning saying it's quiet, too quiet. And that's really the way that the crypto market feels right now. I'm sure most of you are feeling the exact same thing. Right now, even at 7:10 a.m. Central Standard Time, it doesn't really seem like the US has done things one way or the other. We've seen volatility drop, we've seen volume drop in the crypto market. And it's been a very anticlimactic start to the new pro crypto administration. And I think right now, nobody wants to be wrong one way or the other, and people are, in fact, waiting. And the good news is there are some things building that are positive for our next move in the market. So we're going to talk about that in this video. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So just looking at ADA price in general, we're kind of blah. We're sitting right around a buck, the same place we've been the last several days. Even though we have some obviously volatility on inauguration day, it's been lessening and lessening and lessening. You guys can see that, ADA is very much sandwiched right now in between this 20-day moving average and this 50-day moving average. It keeps wanting to hang right around the top of this, kind of showing it really does want to break out. It wants to make a little bit of an extension. I did see it actually up at 101 this morning, but obviously there's just not a whole lot going on. Everything's kind of blah. Even BTC did have a nice day yesterday, but when we look at, for example, the last several hours here, it's just kind of blah, right? This is basically since like noon yesterday. Not a whole lot of movement, not a whole lot of volatility. There's not much going on. And again, what we're waiting for is some kind of announcement from this new administration. Some, again, pro crypto embrace. We know that there's a new crypto task force that's going to be coming to obviously help provide clear regulation for crypto, which is in fact something that I think is necessary for new retail coming into the space. But everybody's just kind of blah, just kind of waiting. It's kind of boring, right? And what's interesting is, I see a lot of people, a lot of the bearish sentiment setting in. People are saying, oh, there's nothing happening, growing impatient. And understand right now, there are some things that are actually working very much in our favor. All right. First of all, when we look at BTC, we're still in a very good spot. We're above 100K. That's a good sign of confidence for the market. We're above that 20-day moving average. We're showing some momentum here. It's a great sign, even though we're flat now over the last 12 hours or so. What we saw yesterday was a big day. Another $802 million worth of BTC added by institutional money. This is 4 straight institutional days of just adding, right? We're talking over $500 million per day. So they're showing a very consistent theme of positivity. And although it isn't necessarily reflecting in, charts across the board, understand that is a sense of confidence overall that has led us to pumps in the past. It's led us to short liquidations. And in fact, the interesting thing is we are seeing a lot of short interest setting in across the market. We're seeing it set in on BTC. We're seeing it set in on ADA. And what's interesting is actually, if we look at this 3-day chart in terms of ADA, it is wild how many people are betting against ADA and trying to really hold this down in a big way right now. Problem is it's not going to work. Okay. You are right now sitting on top of massive conviction in terms of ADA. We're still within our trend. We did just wick obviously below $1, but we keep wicking just above it. And right now, we're really going to want to try to take a stab towards the corner of this. And in fact, what's very interesting is not only is ADA following a similar trend to what it did last cycle, it's kind of wild how similar these are. What we're really waiting for in a big way is this second throwback in terms of ADA, okay? We're waiting for the second attempt at our long-term trend line. If you guys remember, we've done this before. Here's your first test, your second test, and here's your third test, and we're waiting for basically that throwback, right? And when we look at last market cycle, we did the exact same thing, right? We had our first test, our second test, and then our third test with a throwback, right? Our first rejection, let me get that off there. We had our first rejection, retracement, which is what we're in right now. And then we're going back for that second throwback, which is the one that basically brings us out of this trend. When we look at the ADA BTC chart, guys, we're doing the exact same thing here as well, all right? When we look at last market cycle, you had the same things, attempt at breaking, rejection, attempt at breaking, rejection. And then finally on the third throwback is when we break through and we extend. Right now, we're prepping for that third throwback to the trend, right? And maybe this takes, until somewhere out here in like April. And what I mean by that is we can see ADA and BTC and other assets in the space run in conjunction with each other. And that would make a lot of sense, right? Because obviously BTC is showing a lot of strength. It's a reason why some of these trends are a bit elongated. So for example, last time we actually breached this trend line was all the way at the start of February. Obviously this, being March or May is obviously a little bit later, but the same thing happened here, right? The second time we attempted this trend was actually in July of 2020. This time here was all the way in December of 2024. So it's moving back a little bit because BTC is in fact showing much strength. It's also a lot of strength. It's also the same reason. It's also the same reason why BTC dominance is kind of hanging around for a little bit, which is normal. We normally do go through some chops, some consolidation, some sideways trading before we do see BTC dominance drop off in a big way. Now, what we're really waiting for in the crypto market in general is, again, we're waiting for this capital to start re-entering the space. It's just sitting here. It's not doing anything. Even with inauguration, even with Trump coin, all that stuff, nothing has really changed from the people that have capital parked in the market right now and they're waiting for a moment to re-enter the space. And probably what it's waiting for is a little bit of FOMO. We're waiting for a little bit of movement so they can either pick up discounts or chase prices on the way up. Okay. So yes, it sucks. It's boring, right? Volume down 35% over the last 24 hours. Overall market cap, pretty much consistent, up 1.27%. Not a whole lot of changes going on right now. But understand that a lot of these things are setting in a way that we are about to get a move. And the biggest thing I can say here is we just, of course, you heard me say it before, we just need to be patient. We need to let these trends play out, right? Just as you think things are getting quiet and nothing is going to happen, that is when you get a move like this, right? If you eliminate the last part of this, it looks like nothing's happening. It looks like it's boring, right? It looks like you're hitting just rejection and prepping for the next leg down. And then you can get a burst of excitement. We attack the top of the trend, and then we're all singing kumbaya as ADA runs to new highs. All right. So that's just what I wanted to share with everyone. Understand that we do have some good things going on as well. I didn't get a chance to talk about this the other day. Cardano was present at inauguration. Charles Hoskinson showed some of the members, obviously, that attended this and had dinner meetings and was talking to the new administration behind the scenes. So we're getting in a very ground level area, which is a good sign. So the steps forward are still happening. They're just quiet right now. There's just not a lot of excitement. But I would rather accumulate when things are not exciting rather than chasing and FOMOing in when everybody knows what the hell is going on. So I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below. Are we about to get this nice boom? Are we about to see some massive short liquidations along the way? But have a great day. Show your love. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.